and Adelaine said something that had the potential to just ruin everything. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hi!
Hey guys!
Welcome to another episode of the Choi family. We're going to do something a little bit different tonight again.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a little story time. So basically, Isaac's been asking us a lot of questions about how did we meet, how did me and Adelaine meet, and how did I propose to Adelaine. So we thought we would tell the story to Isaac while sharing it with you guys as well.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoy this. So Isaac, once upon a time in 2004.
Oh, that's so annoying.
So, Isaac, Daddy knew that I wanted to marry Mummy, so I thought, I've got to get a ring. The year was 2004, I believe, and I knew that Adelaine was the woman of my dreams that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And the first thing was I needed to save up for an engagement ring. And I was working at Dudley City Council, still in touch with a few people from there, some lovely people there. I wasn't there for that long. I was a council tax and housing benefits assessor. And I went through a few months of training, I think it was. And I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest.
Well, we used to fall asleep in the training.
Don't tell people that. I think the people at work there were saying the price of the ring needs to be like a certain amount of your salary or something. So in my mind, I was thinking, oh, I need to get a ring that's probably about £7,000 or £8,000. And I was thinking, okay, I'll probably get something from like Tiffany's or something. I didn't know anything about rings, but I was thinking, oh, Tiffany's do nice rings.
Oh, that's so sweet that you were thinking of Tiffany's.
Yeah.
Tiffany's is so expensive.
But it didn't work out that way. So in reality, I got a ring for a bit cheaper, but still really nice.
How did you know what shape to go for?
You said you liked the marquee cuts or
Yeah.
something, but you liked it a certain orientation, like that way around.
Yeah.
I was looking around for lots of ideas of where it's nice and romantic to propose to someone. And then I've been to Rome before in Italy, and Rome is such a beautiful city, and Adelaine hadn't been before, and I knew that, she would really love it. So booked 2 tickets to Rome. Out of respect for your family, I did want to inform them as well, and that's something that in my mind that's like the right thing to do. And probably for you, probably for you as well. Yeah. I think your mum already knew, so like we were always talking and things like that. So your mum already knew. But then I went down to see your dad and also your big brother, Anthony. Your dad was really nice about it. I can't remember the conversation much, so I don't think he grilled me.
Oh, okay.
So Anthony was really nice about it. He didn't grill me. He did say that. He did say something along the lines of, you do realise that. I think it was along the lines of this. It was like, you do realise.
This is my big brother, by the way.
Oh yeah, you do realise that. You're Chinese, and Adelaine's black, and you might get, it might not always be smooth sailing. Do you know what I mean? So you did mention that.
Lisa was being real about it. Yeah, that's good.
I had to get Adelaine to get her clothes packed without her knowing where she was going. So I think I asked your mum and your sister Lorraine to do the packing of the clothes.
That was it, yeah, my mum and Lorraine actually.
So I told Adelaine that we were going to London, so...
which wasn't a lie.
We were
Because
going by London. June the 17th was when we were going to be in Rome for me to propose. So I kind of said, oh, Adelaine, I'm taking you to, for your birthday, we're going to go on a birthday trip to London. So Adelaine's birthday is 20th of June, so it was like a few days before then. So your mum and sister packed your clothes for you, and then on the actual day, I came to pick you up.
Yeah.
Bear in mind that it was a flight from England to Italy, so it was a European flight. So you don't need as much time, you know, to allow yourself at the airport. But I think I planned things so that we would get to the airport about 3 hours before boarding.
Which is a fair amount of time, yeah.
Yeah, for those that know me, I like to be extra early. Do you know what I mean?
Super early.
Just in case anything happened.
It's really why
like
drives
just in
me
case.
around the bend.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, you never know what's going to happen. So you're driving and you might get a squirrel stampede or something. I don't know.
Yipman will get to places like if we've got to get somewhere for 9, Yipman likes to get there for like 8 o'clock.
We were driving, so this is just to reenact driving, the driving parts of. So me and Mummy in the car. Now I'm driving.
Oh yeah.
I was driving. So we're driving. And
I was just like.
And then suddenly, there's a lot of traffic. So we stop, and then the traffic hardly moved for like ages.
We're talking.
And then the whole time I was like keeping an eye on time. Clock was ticking, and we were just stuck in one place. Really slow moving traffic. And then I was thinking, you know what? There's a possibility we're going to be late for this flight. So Adelaide didn't know what was going on because she thought that we're going to London. So, you can't really be late going to London because what we're going to be late for. So eventually I thought I'm going to have to tell Adelaide. That's what I said. But
Hey boo.
we're not going to London.
Oh.
We're actually going to be going abroad.
Oh, okay.
And I think we're going to miss the plane.
What?
Final boarding was like 2 o'clock or something like that. We actually got to the airport probably 1:45.
When I say we were legging it.
I remember that I drove into the car park and I said, Bob, can you just run into the airport while I park the car?
I was running like this crazy woman, and I was running, looking around, where was the gate, where did I have to go? It was craziness. I remember and I was begging the guy.
And then I parked the car, ran into Adelaide, and then she said, we've missed the plane. So we had to change the flight. I think, thank God, the next flight was only a few hours after.
Yeah, that was really good to board the next day.
Yeah, we managed to get on a plane.
Yeah.
And then it was...
So Dad had to pay for another flight, poor Daddy.
Yeah.
So... He did it for you.
Oh, he did. Oh, you're so sweet.
You deserve it.
Oh, thank you, Isaac. I love you.
Love you too.
So we got to Rome, and what was your impression? What was your first impression of Rome?
I was like, wow. I think that's when I first fell in love with Italy. We've been back and forth to Italy so many times.
Different places.
Yeah, all around. We've been to like Rome a couple of times. We've been to Milan, Sorrento, Capri. We've been to Tuscany. We've been to Forte dei Marmi. All over. So we love Italy, don't we? We really love Italy. And but that was when I just got a glimpse of Italian way of life, and I was just like in love with just the culture.
So on the evening that I was going to propose, I'm not the kind of person that carries a bag or anything, so I had a ring, and in my mind I thought I needed the box, the box that the ring went in. I don't know, when you see people propose, they always go, or something like that. So I didn't think, take just the ring, I thought, bring the box.
Yeah.
So I had the box, I had nowhere to put it, so I just put it in my pocket, so I had like a bulge in my pocket.
Yeah. And you had quite fitted trousers on as well.
Yeah, so Adelaide was kind of like, oh, what's that?
What's that in your pocket?
Did you know it was a ring?
I didn't know it was a ring. I thought it might be a ring, if I'm honest. But when I saw it, I thought, don't get your hopes up. Don't get too excited. Because it was my birthday, so I thought it could have been... It could have been a birthday ring. Do you know when you watch these films and you see people that are like really super eager to get... for their partner to propose to them, and each time they bring out a box and it's a pair of earrings or it's a necklace, and I thought it could be anything like that, so I just did not want to build my hopes up and then think...
You wanted me to marry you?
I did, yeah, and so I was super excited, but then I thought it might not be, because you can get earring boxes that are small, the same size. You can get like a small necklace. So I thought it could be anything. It could have been.
Could have been a Rubik's cube.
It could have been an eternity ring. Rubik's cube. Gutted. So
anyway, so I had booked a restaurant, like a nice Italian restaurant. So we walked from the hotel to the restaurant, and then we had a nice meal.
We did.
And then, while we were having the meal, we had a conversation, and Adelaine said something that had the potential to just ruin everything. Didn't you?
Yeah, so we're having a conversation and we're talking about lots of different things. We're talking about God and life and that sort of thing. And I was just saying to him that, I don't really think it would really work in a relationship if you have it. I have seen it work, but then for me myself, I was saying that I couldn't really imagine being with somebody and marrying that person. And even though we were going out and on holiday together, but I was saying that I couldn't imagine being married to somebody that wasn't a Christian, because for me it was really important that in my faith that I had somebody that I could pray with, that we can go on a journey with God together, and and when I have an experience with God, that I'd be able to share it with him and he would be able to relate on that level as well, on that spiritual level. And so we had this conversation.
Right before I was going to propose.
Before, I didn't realise. I don't know whether it may have been. I don't think it was even subconscious. We just had that conversation, and that was like the worst conversation for Yitman that we could have had, because of course he's got an engagement ring in his pocket, and I'm talking about, I can't imagine being married to somebody that wasn't a Christian. And of course we had the intention of getting married because we spoke about marriage before. But then, I don't know, I just came up with it.
No, that's fair enough.
How did you feel?
So at the time I was searching for God. And I believed that there was a God, but there was so many different religions out there, but only one could be right or they're all wrong. But because I was searching for God, like, it's just something that takes time, and I would, no disrespect, but I would never put anyone before God.
No, yeah,
so
it's true.
I wouldn't choose a religion just because I wanted to be with someone,
and that was
to be with you.
Exactly.
And it just didn't make sense. Like,
No.
I'm searching for God, I'm searching for the truth, but why pretend? And some people probably still think that's I'm a Christian because of you.
Yeah.
And that's not the case.
No, and I even said as well, sorry to interrupt, sweetheart, but then I even said, I don't want you to be a Christian because I'm a Christian. I don't want you to be a Christian because you love me. That's the worst reason ever. I want Yitman to be. I wanted him to be a Christian because I loved him and because I believe that in Jesus Christ, I'm a follower of Jesus, then I wanted him to experience what I've experienced, but I've never enforced it on him, and I would never want to do that because I think that's not fair. He has choice, but then of course, I wanted what was best for him, and I wanted him to, and I prayed about it, but then I've never. Have you ever felt that I've ever enforced it on you at all? No, that's not what we're about at all.
So did this talk from Adelaine put me off proposing to her? No. I think that, I wasn't a Christian at the time, and I respected her opinion, but like on a spiritual level, it didn't mean anything to me. Like what you said, you know what I mean? Like for me, I was still searching for God, and I didn't see how the two things were interlinked at the time.
Yeah.
So the plans carried on, and then I stood up, and I remember Adelaine looking at my jeans and saying, oh, what's that in your pocket?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, nothing.
Oh, nothing. I was
So we left the restaurant.
Yeah.
And then there were two places that I was going to pick between to propose to Adelaine, and I still hadn't made up my mind. I wanted to see it at night and see what it was like.
Yeah.
So one was the Spanish Steps, and one was Trevi Fountain. So we walked past the Spanish Steps, and I think there was a lot of people, and I kind of bottled it a little bit, and I thought, okay, so let's go to the fountain and see what it was like. And that place was full of people as well.
It was busy,
So,
and there were a lot of men with roses, handing out roses.
yeah.
And I was like, wow, this looks amazing here. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it was all lit up for those of you
it's
who have seen the place, and yeah, just like a really romantic place. So
It's a
I
famous
thought,
place, isn't it?
yeah, really famous.
It's
Yeah.
for where, for where people proposing.
So I thought, right, this is the moment now. So I took Adelaide down to the fountain, and it was packed. The place was packed, and there was people down by the fountain. There were people on the walls,
everywhere.
all around the fountain.
Everywhere.
And then I picked the quietest spot, which was still busy, and you sat down right at the front of the fountain on the side.
The other side, I remember.
And
I
then
was wearing a green dress. I had this green
you look
dress.
beautiful. You look stunning.
Thank
Yeah.
you, babe.
Your mummy looks stunning, Isaac.
Yeah.
And so I asked her to sit down, and then I think Adelaide kind of knew what was going on.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on?
What's going on? I think that's what you said.
That's what I
what's
said.
going on?
What's going on?
And then so I stood in front of her, and I held her hand. I held your mummy's hand. And then I got
didn't
down.
have plaster on at the time.
Yeah, she didn't have plaster. I got down on one knee and I said something along the lines of, Adelaide, you are so special. I would like to spend the rest of my life with you. Will you do the honour of being my wife?
Oh, and I was like, oh my
And I
gosh!
took the ring out.
And I was
and
like, oh my gosh! When I saw the ring, I was like,
and then
yes,
I
not really.
Put it on your finger, and
Yeah.
Mummy said,
Yes! I was like, oh my gosh! I just couldn't believe. It felt so surreal. It felt totally just like, I think as a young girl, I've always had that dream of like, does he watch films? I'm quite a romanticist. Is that a word? Romanticist? Are you sleeping, Isaac?
Oh, baby.
Oh, is Isaac?
Oh. It's okay,
Oh,
Bubba.
he's getting emotional.
It's okay, sweetheart.
Oh, that's so sweet. He's got such a pure heart of gold. He's lovely. But I was just going to say that it's interesting because even though we had that conversation, I said yes straight away without hesitation, and because I knew that Yitman was the man that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, and I've never felt that way about anybody else before. And
I love you.
oh, I love you too, sweetheart. Oh. And I just knew that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with him, and I had a peace in my heart. I didn't feel like, but he's not a Christian or anything like that. I just knew that God had what was best for me and for both of us, and I knew what God showed me. So I just held on to my faith in God and just continued to pray for him. But I knew that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with him. So yeah, it was just one of the most beautiful days of my life. It was just absolutely, I couldn't have been any more perfect. It was just, the setting was beautiful, and it just really touched my heart just to see the effort that Yitman went into to propose to me.
Are you crying?
No, I'm not crying. I'm just a bit emotional. It's quite emotional.
Everyone's crying. I'm just like a really good storyteller. I know.
I'm not crying, but it's just like, wow.
So after I proposed, there were people clapping all around.
I know, yeah, they're like, woo!
And that was really nice. And then, we just got up and we ate ice cream, I think.
We did. We had some gelato.
Pistachio gelato.
Oh,
wow.
pistachio gelato that was when I fell in love with it. So it was just a beautiful, beautiful evening, and I remember we took pictures because I wanted to show everybody. So I took pictures of the ring, and we took pictures of just both of us. Did we do selfies? I can't remember what type of camera we had back then. But it was absolutely amazing. I called my family. I was like, oh my gosh, you proposed, and they were like, we knew. They were so excited and just so full of joy for us, and it's just so lovely. Just how excited everybody was for us, wasn't it? Just
It was lovely.
and rooting for us. That was beautiful.
So that's it, guys, for tonight.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed the video. Something a little bit different, and we just wanted to share with you. So thank you for watching.
Thank you
Please
so much.
like if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe as well if you haven't.
Yeah.
and we look forward to seeing you next time. Oh yeah, we're doing 2 videos a week now from now.
So we'll have our Sunday vlog as usual, and then we'll have our midweek one as well. So when you subscribe and you like our video, it really helps our channel. So it's free, and all you have to do is click on the subscribe button, and it will change from subscribe to subscribed. And if you just click the bell, then you'll always get notified of any future videos that we have. So it really means a lot to us when you click on those buttons. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you.
And we'll see you next time.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace out.